inch and then somebody taking a mile. I remember the first time I was able to vote was 2008. Um, and in the local elections, I think it was local, just California. It was, I think, Proposition 8. You might remember Prop 8. Was that the one for gay marriage?
Yeah.
And so I mean, okay, yeah, anybody wants to get married, fine, let them get married. I'll tolerate that, fine. But now we're talking about like the story times in kids' schools. We're
Yeah.
talking about
Mm.
we're talking about like uh hiring somebody into a position simply because of who they like in a sexual manner. Uh,
Yeah.
and I think that should be intolerable, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, we have to tolerate pornography in children's libraries because
Right.
if we don't, then we're accused of book banning or like being in
Right.
favor of burning books. It's like, okay.
It's insanity. And so it's like,
Yeah.
you know, looking back, it's like would I vote against that now? Like, would let's say a no on Prop 8 have prevented all of this, or was this just kind of a natural? No, actually, it was just completely unnatural. It's completely unnatural. But like, was that kind of the catalyst in opening the door to this? Would voting no on that have shut the door and saying, okay, there's no way to get through this? It's like, so then does that deter people from providing olive branches and saying, okay, we'll go ahead and tolerate this behavior? Um, but now certain people won't do that because now it's like, well, if we do, it'll lead to a much crazier version of this very thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Well,
y-
I think I would say no. I don't think that if Prop 8 hadn't passed, it would have done anything for one thing, because then people would have they would just have the ammunition of like, oh, we're being repressed,
mm,
and then you're back on that train of like, we're the outsiders who are being unjustly treated by the system and we need support. So I think it would have gone on um, from there and gotten more popular because of the apparent repression.
right.
And then so this is also ties into the idea of a slippery slope. And that's something that people have gone back and forth on over the years. And you'll have a bunch of different people saying it is a fallacy, it's not a fallacy. I think if you want to argue that it's a fallacy, or if you want to argue that it's yes, if you want to argue that it's a fallacy, um, I'm not going to argue with you. Like, fine, maybe, but the whole problem is that it's a misframed issue. It's not a passive system. It's not like, oh, we're on a slippery slope and we just can't stop ourselves. We're just sliding down. It's people are pushing. People are
Right.
pushing for more and more and more.
Right.
There's an incentive and there's a desire. So it's not a slippery slope that we're just helplessly falling down. It's we're being driven in a certain direction. So the image of it sort of gives you this idea of like, oh, you can dismiss that as a fallacy. It's like, no, there are actually people who want drag queen story hour
Mm,
and all sorts of other queering. What is the book? Queering of the American Child or something like that. Whatever Lindsay did recently. Um, so that's a completely different situation. That people are pushing for certain things, and the problem isn't slippery ground. It's that people either agree to principles that they don't see where they're going, or even if they don't agree to the principles, they don't hold the line. They don't say, no, here's where tolerance ends. This is where we stop, and we're going no further. So it has nothing to do with slippery ground. It's where's the line and how do we hold it? Um, so yeah, that on
And then
just on
those
that issue.
people, those people that are supposed to hold the lines, like let's say deans at universities, that their job is to say, no more of this. When they do that, they get ran out of the college, or when professors
Because they're intolerant,
they're intolerant, right? They're
and
intolerant.
intolerance the worst thing in the world.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Oh, that's wild. So that's yeah, that's absolute. That's also an example of the prodding and the pushing into a specific direction as well.